How you doing, guys? Real quick, I want to talk to you about Roblox, which is a game that is coming to the stock market today via direct listing. So in this video, I'm going to get into what is Roblox, their business model, how they make the money, and also the growth I see for them the coming few years, and whether or not this is a good long-term investment for you. So let's go right to my notes and let's talk about Roblox. So Roblox is an online cloud-based gaming platform where creators make games and share them with users. Currently, there are 8 million developers and 32.5 million unique active users, and 20 million gaming experiences, including VR experiences, with 30.6 billion engagement hours. The game was released for public in 2006. Roblox makes revenue via subscriptions, their toy and merchandise line. However, this is not their main source of earnings. Most of Roblox earnings come from their bookings, which I'll get into later in this video. Another thing worth mentioning is that Roblox has a pretty sizable YouTube content creator community, which, as you may already know, gives outreach and free advertisement for the game. So Roblox, just like Spotify in 2018, is coming out to the market as a direct listing by the ticker symbol RBLX. Roblox is valuated around $30 billion with about 199 million shares available for resale. One of the things to keep in mind with direct listings is that the existing shareholders don't have to wait to sell their shares. Like, there's no lockup period. They can sell their shares the minute the stock becomes available in the stock market. Now, I'm not really sure if they want to do that or hold their shares, but that's something to keep in mind. There's definitely a lot of interest and excitement for this company by the retail investors like you and me. And there are a lot of rumors that this may become a meme stock, although right now this is pure speculation, but you know what happened to GameStop, right? But the benefit of direct listings instead of IPOs is that this is a low-cost way to bring a company to the public, since companies can avoid many of the fees that come with IPOs, and also they avoid diluting shares. RBLX is expected to open today at around $45 per share, but we all know that this is probably not going to happen. As with many direct listings, you may expect the price to either spike or drop minutes after the stock becomes available in the stock market. So I believe RBLX is going to trade around $70 and $80 today. It's probably going to spike after that and then have some sort of pullback. There's definitely going to be a lot of volatility with this stock today. So I believe it's going to spike today, and keep going up for a little bit. Then it's going to keep going sideways, maybe for a few days, maybe for a few hours, and then you're going to see a sudden drop. That can definitely happen. So if you're trying to invest long-term in this company, I would give it a few days, but I would start my position today right at open. Obviously, you don't want to buy at the highest point, but definitely start your position today if you'd like. That's what I will be doing, just to get in right away. But then I'll be adding to my long-term position as it goes and as I see a drop, because it's definitely going to drop and it's going to stabilize somehow. But, I'm just going to be adding once it's stable and once I see there's some sort of support line. And I don't see any more downside or spikes. I want to enter my long-term position when there's not a lot of volatility and the stock is trading sideways. That's where I want to get in, and I can see some sort of growth. So what is the Roblox business model? Roblox community developers publish their games for other users to play for free or for a certain amount of Robux, which is the currency within the game. So Roblox provides incentives to the community developers to create quality content by paying them in Robux, which then they can convert into real cash, or they can just put back into the game to improve their game. So Roblox has already paid around $330 million in cash to the developers and have increased incentives for the development community in 2021. This translates to creators making more quality content, which generates more users and more engagement this way. This is a similar business model to the Apple Store or YouTube, where the companies provide the platforms and creators do most of the work by advertisement and content creation. In other words, it is somehow a self-sustained organism. The thing that sets Roblox apart is the Roblox Economy, which accounts for a large amount of their earnings through non-GAAP bookings rather than GAAP earnings such as revenue. So the definition of non-GAAP from Investopedia says, Non-GAAP earnings are an alternative accounting method used to measure the earnings of a company. Pretty much bookings come out in the form of Roblox currency, which flows from the hands of the users to the creators. This is a key factor to pay attention to when evaluating how much this company is worth. So Roblox focuses on 3 metric factors: the daily active users, which are the amount of users playing the game every day; hours of engagement, which is the number of hours the users play the game; bookings, which are the non-GAAP earnings, basically the amount of earnings generated by users buying items or services within the game, with Robux, which is their currency. Roblox encourages users to spend their Robux on exclusive items, pay-to-play games, and in-game passes, which is the most common way for developers to earn Robux. Developers also earn Robux by how much time the user engages with their games. So just like any other game out there, you have things you can buy in-game like Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, and all of that stuff. So they have a similar way of producing revenue in that sense. Roblox also has trading systems where users transfer Robux and items between themselves, much like the game Habbo, if you've ever heard about that game. I was addicted to this game when I was 14, and I remember I used to spend about 20 hours playing this game. This is a game that is highly addictive, and it makes you want to spend money, which is a good thing from a business perspective. So these economic incentives are encouragement for improved experiences and an attraction to more older players as well. So in the platform, developers get to set the price of their goods. This puts the value of the power of a Robux in the hands of the creators and users themselves. Roblox does not charge for the games themselves, but rather the developers charge Robux for their games and items, which allows for creativity and incentives the developers. From the Robux earnings, the developers take a certain percentage and Robux takes a cut as well. Developers can reinvest the Robux into Roblox or exchange it for real cash. This revenue is recognized as bookings over the average lifetime of a user, which now stands at around 23 months according to their CFO. Roblox is expecting their revenue to grow by 60% this year and their bookings by 10%. And you see a sudden drop in the expected rate of growth for the bookings, as well as a spike in 2020 because of COVID-19 and the stay-at-home restrictions, which kept many kids at home and hence allowed for more players to play at the game. So they are expecting this to slow down a bit this year. Roblox also expects a 90% growth in daily active users. Again, a sudden drop in the rate of growth due to stay-at-home restrictions being lifted slowly this year. Remember, we don't know when and if COVID will get worse and we'll have to stay home for longer this year. I could expect restrictions to slow down by the end of summer or the start of winter this year. So this is another profitable year for Roblox in my opinion. I'm not sure how accurate their predictions are for the growth, but Roblox is definitely being conservative when it comes to projecting their growth this year, because I'm assuming that we're still going to be working from home for a long time and kids are going to stay at home too. And if COVID gets worse, kids are going to go back to home. So that's definitely something else to keep in mind. Similarly, they're expecting the hours engaged to stay the same as 2020, meaning no growth here. Roblox is increasingly appealing to the older demographic. Today, the 13+ age group makes a huge chunk of the users on the platform. In 2020, the amount of 13+ users doubled impressively. Roblox went from 7 million 13+ daily active users in 2019 to 14.4 million in 2020. I'm telling you, not only kids played this game, I'm definitely attracted to it at my age, and I'm gonna start looking into it, and maybe I can play some of it later in the future, but I've talked to parents which have told me that they have spent about $2,500 in 2020 just on Roblox for their kids. And also the older players you get in the platform, the easier it is for revenue to come in. So this is definitely a profitable business down the line. So Roblox at the moment operates at a loss, but this is to be expected with new companies, since they invest a lot of their money to development and improvement of their product. So down the line, they can break even and become profitable, and this is totally normal. These are the cost of operations or expenses that Roblox currently has. Number 1 is the cost of revenue. These are the processing fees for Roblox purchases, Apple, iTunes, and Google Play Store, as well as credit card fees, etc. Developer fees. This is the cut developers take for their services in the platform. Personnel costs. Engineers and other employees working for Roblox. the cost associated with running Roblox's cloud infrastructure. Okay, so what do I think about this company? In conclusion, I believe that Roblox, or RBLX, is a solid long-term investment and has a good business model. I think the exposure it got in 2020 is going to catapult them into new highs in the future. And this has definitely changed the rate of growth for the long term. I think that more adults will continue joining the platform, and with that comes more revenue and more engagement in platforms like YouTube. But I believe that Roblox would have to do more work when it comes to advertisement. That's an area they could probably improve on to bring more new people to the platform. But remember, this game is highly social, so if you bring a person to the platform via advertisement, there's a high chance that person is going to want to bring their friends to the platform. Therefore, you see growth by the oldest method, which is word of mouth. I will be looking into RBLX today at open, but I will open just a small position and will be adding slowly over the next few weeks. Be careful, as there will be a lot of volatility today with this stock, and you can see a huge spike at open and then drop after a few hours or a few days. So definitely plan accordingly to that. You don't want to buy at the high point. What I think is going to happen is that at open, a lot of people are going to start buying in, and then you're going to see a huge spike, and then I think there's a possibility that existing shareholders are going to want to sell their shares once they see a peak, right? So they're probably going to be looking into that. And then you're going to see a huge peak, and then you're going to see a huge drop as well. I'm not sure if it could drop below 45 or maybe stay at around 50, something like that. But we're definitely going to see a lot of volatility. So this could also be a good opportunity for a day trade if you want to day trade this stock. I've definitely done it before. But when it comes to long term, I would say if you want to open a starting position, that's fine. Start slowly adding in as the days go by, and you're going to see some sort of slow. And then once it's steady and then it's at a certain level, that's when you can start adding in if you see growth, because there's definitely going to be growth in this company, and this stock is going to do pretty good this year and next year with the hype that's behind it. But I would start adding slowly, and that's going to be my plan. I'm going to start adding slowly the next few days, and I'm going to form a good long-term position, and I'm going to leave it there for the rest of the year. Hopefully I don't change my mind, but if I see a huge spike, I'm definitely selling, if it happens down the line, but I'm definitely holding for some time. So this is going to be a good opportunity if you want to get in. But definitely let me know down in the comments below if you plan on buying RBLX today, and what is your plan for the next few weeks, and are you excited about this new stock? Definitely let me know down in the comments below, and trade carefully today. We might have a green day, we might have a sideways day. Most likely we're gonna have another green day, but obviously be careful with the stock market. We don't know anymore. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you're interested in content like this, and have a good day.